Hello Tubey Tubers, my name's Sammy and I'm going to show you a makeup video of how to do daytime makeup looking as fresh as a daisy, nice and easy, going into evening makeup to look a bit more sultry. I'm going to try and keep it as easy as possible with as little product as possible so you can take everything to work with you if you're going straight from work, out, and then just whack it on in the toilets and you're done. This is also my very first video, so it is probably going to be pretty awkward. I'm fully aware that I am talking to myself. The dog's listening. Well, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to myself and it's pretty uncomfortable. So I'm sure this will like subside if I do more videos, but if it's a bit cringy, you know why. Thank you. I don't know why I'm saying thank you. See? Awkward. Always make sure you've moisturised your skin first. Patch up any dry bits, smooths the skin over nicely, gets it all ready for your makeup. Next, you definitely want to prime. Always prime. If you're going to have your makeup on all day, like we are going into evening, you want to prime your skin. I'm just using L'Oreal Illumi Magic, and it makes your skin look a bit more alive and not matte. After that, I'm just going to use some BB cream. I personally don't like any heavy feeling on my face during the day. Even though I've got a lot of stuff to cover up, I don't like the feeling that I'm wearing too much because it makes me more conscious of touching my skin and rubbing makeup off. So get some BB cream and just whack that on. Always bring it down to your neck, because we don't want a line underneath, because we're not 13-year-olds in the 90s. This is a brush by Coastal Scents. I like using these sort of brushes instead because I might use circular motions, just really buff it into the skin, because I have got quite big pores. The primer helps make the pores smaller, but I always feel like this is just that little extra helping hand. And also you probably noticed me puffing out my skin. I like to do that just so I get into my little creases here as well, because I smile a lot and then I get creases. Next I put on a little bit of concealer where I need to. This is just Rimmel Match Perfection. For my under eyes, I always find a nice clean finger gets there better and helps push it in. If you have fine lines like I do, it helps push it into the fine lines, helps it melt into the skin as well. Sometimes with a brush you just find yourself brushing it off. It's not clean, but that's quite good if you can get into the corners with those. Always better choose them if they're damp as well. And pat it really lightly because you are so delicate under here. I get really red in these outer corners as well, so I have to really make sure I cover them too. I never like putting anything too heavy under my eyes or anything too drying, just because it starts to clump and look a bit mucky, but also not too wet either. You don't want something that's too wet, because if you're going to wear eyeliner or mascara it can end up down here if you've got an under eye concealer that's really liquidy. So you have to get the right consistency, but it all depends on what your skin type is and how you are with stuff like that. I mean, I've got oily skin and even my eyelashes tend to be oily if I've got mascara on. It just ends up everywhere. Then I just get my little Real Techniques detailing brush and just pop concealer where I need to and gently pat it on. It always takes a long time with me. That's the base of the face done. During the day I don't bother with contour. I just don't see the point really. Save it till the evening. And then Shazam everyone. But a little bit of blusher. This is a Rimmel, like a shimmery one. So it's a blusher, but it's sort of a highlight as well, because it's got the shimmer in, if that makes sense. So you want to pat it on. Ones like these, they always look a lot more natural as well. As if they're part of your skin. Next we're going to the eyes. You want to bish bash bosh them for the day. Just use 2 colours. You don't have to go over the top with layering and all that balav. You can still make your eyes look nice. Always put a bit of primer on, because remember we're wanting it to stay until the evening. Because the idea for this look is to just add more for the evening. Not much more, but just so it's evening makeup instead. So you always want to start with a lighter colour here, going into dark. You don't have to if you're trying to build fancy pants with your eyes. It's just the general easy eye makeup. So I'm going to go for a more yellowy creamy coloured, and I'm using this is a Coastal Scents, and it's broken, but it was one of my favourite brushes, so I sellotaped it together like Harry Potter's glasses. If you're finding some eyeshadows that don't go on that easy, it's better to pat it on and build it up just by patting it on. Then you'll get a more opaque, is that the right word? Solid look. I always like to bring the colours slightly above my crease line there, just so it's as if it's blending into my skin and not just a solid block of colour. I think I might go for more of a bronzy colour for the outer. I'm going to put it on and then I'm going to bring it slightly above so it blends into my skin. Just taking excess colour off of it. Professional. And then I'm also going to sweep a little bit of this under my eye slightly, so it's continuous. Again, like with the block of colour, we don't want it to just look like a block of colour, so sweep it around. Merge the 2 colours as nice as you can. It's better to do that if you are just using one brush. Once you put the colour on, you can take excess colour off and then try and merge the 2 colours together. Nice and simple for the eye makeup. For the day, I like to have white eyeliner to make me look more awake, because my eyes always look tired. I don't know why. I sleep. Also, if you have quite runny eyes, which I do, using eyeliner helps your eyes stop that runniness from interfering with your mascara and whatnot, and pouring down your face and that. So it does act as like a waxy barrier for runny eyes. I always get a drippy eye, call it drippy eyes, probably runny eyes nicer. I always get a drippy runny eye just here in the corner, and it's really frustrating because I do my makeup, have it all nice, and then I get a blimmin' runny eye right here, and I have to pat it away, then I pat my concealer off or whatever makeup I've got underneath of. So use one of these. I'm going to use white for the day, make me look more awake and stop my eyes from being so runny. I always get cautious of really pinning my eye down as well. I like to sort of use my finger because I always feel that's really oily there. And again, I don't want to leave like a mark. You can always blend it out with something if you do leave a mark where your finger's been and you take off some makeup. But I always like when you see people really push their finger on, grab it down, it always gives me the willies a bit. I don't like having willies. So I sort of pull it down like this. And I do that. I do the mascara face as well whilst I'm doing it for some reason. So just running that along my waterline. And this is the best white eyeliner I've ever used. It's a Maybelline Big Eyes Liner. I will be getting the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk soon. I never get around to it and I don't know why. But I will be getting that. And I'll be excited. I also don't tend to wear a lot of black eyeliner during the day because I like to be all looking fresh faced, and you don't want to look like you've had to sit in front of the mirror for ages making a big effort. You want to look like you woke up like it, yeah? So just put your mascara on. Maybelline again, got to be one of the best mascaras, the Colossal one. So just whack some of that on. I always try and do my top and bottom lashes at the same time, because otherwise I can be quite heavy handed sometimes, just be like, get it all over me. Then you have to sit there, wait for your mascara to dry. That's one thing you do. If you do get mascara anywhere, don't pick it straight away, you'll smudge it. Just wait for it to dry and then you should just be able to pick it, flick it off. Pick it, lick it, roll it, flick it. And then you get one eye that always looks better than the other with the mascara as well. It's a common problem with everyone, you're not on your own. And then, I'm no way about all this eyebrows on fleek stuff at all. I just like to brush mine. Just like that. If I'm going out, I will put a bit of colour in them. This is Rituals, this has got a wax end. Don't actually think I've ever used a waxy end though. And it's got a blonde coloured end, so I normally use that in the evening. But if I've got darker makeup on, like darker eyes, I'll go for more of a brownie colour for my eyebrows. So otherwise I end up looking like I haven't really got eyebrows, even though they are dark when I've got pale makeup on. Yeah, we'll go with that. So just give it a brush. And I always like to brush these ones up. You will never be finding Instagram eyebrows here. I'm not a fan. I hope we're in the right place again. My camera turned off for no reason. It will do. So I like using this nice big fluffy Estee Lauder brush to swoop it all over my face so I don't get loads clumped in one bit. But you've got to be really light first and then you can go a bit heavier, because most products obviously going to go where you place it first. If you're really heavy, like be nice and light and then you can go a bit harder. Also, when if I've got like a mineral foundation, if I'm putting it over my problem areas that's around here, I tend to sort of pat them, because I always find that if I swipe it too much, I end up having to put concealer on top, but then putting something liquidy on top of a powder, and they're gonna have a good time. Right, and then the final bit for the day look is just your lips, and I don't really wear much on my lips anyway. I normally just put something on to begin with and then that's it, boom, I'll go out, I won't bother reapplying. This is a Cargo Cosmetics lip gloss. Oh, do I have to do this stuff? I don't know if it's even, I can't see my camera. Anyway, it's Cargo Cosmetics. I had to pick one with a really complicated name. I say complicated, it's only 6 letters. Oh, wait. Or is it 4? Maybe it's just tame, but with a H and no E. Tam. It's really nice. So I just put this on. It's more of a nudie naturally colour. And that's all I do for the daytime. Going into evening, you've done your day, you've been at work, you've been plinky plonking on a keyboard, you've been chatting away, you've been eating and being bored and all that. So, you're going out. Instead of looking wide awake and fresh as a daisy, we want to look more sultry now. So, the first thing I would do, normally by this time your eyeliner might sort of have come off a bit, so I'm always touching my eyes. I'm just trying to wipe my eyeliner off a bit, because that's professional. So, if we continue with the eyes first, all you need to do now is whack on some black. And I would do this just in the outer corner and really blend it. Always be careful with blacks not to drop it down your face. If you do drop a dark colour down your face, the eyeshadow, or any colour, all you need to do is get like a fluffy brush and just dab it over where, really lightly dab it over where you've dropped your eyeshadow, and it will just pick it up. And then if you need to, you can just sort of touch up a little bit. But if you go straight for the cover up with the concealer or foundation, you just end up with a big grey mass. And no matter how much you try and do it, when you look away, you're just going to notice a big grey area. That was my tip. And I always, when I'm using the darker colour, I always try and sort of place it in like a shape where how I want it to generally look, and then I'll buff it out. And also you can use this as eyeliner as well. So that's the general shape that we want to go for. So I just do it on the other eye. And the whole idea of this is you don't want it to take long, because if you're at work and you're getting ready in the toilets or something like that, you want to bish bash bosh it. We like bish bash boshing. And then you want to get, which you don't want to go out looking like this, you want to get a bigger brush. Dirty. Bigger brush, and then you just want to go over that. How I tend to do it, I like to go around the edges first, and then maybe the bit here. I do it, you can watch. And I tend to like to bring this coming round into my crease as well. And then also bring it down and under. I need a mirror here. I just hold it. Einstein. Can you see the difference already of this eye and that eye? And you can always go back in and reapply some more black to give it that extra density. So I'm going to go back in again with the black. I don't always come all the way into my eyes, because into the corner of my eyes, because I feel like sometimes my eyes can look really small if I do that. Sometimes I do though, because I like to look different. If you notice, I always put it as if it's like a big thick eyeliner as well. So you still get that sort of cat eye look, but a lot easier. I just realised that's my face when I look in a mirror. Everyone's got a mirror face, and mine's that. Oh, that's horrible. Eyeliner. Now you can go for the black side. Oh, I've got to do the... I'm also going to do... It's not necessary, but for me, I always feel like my eyelashes aren't thick, so they do help thicken the look of your eyelashes up. If you're wearing falsies, it's fine, you probably don't need to do this unless you feel like your eyeliner, you can see the gap, because sometimes you can see the skin in between. So I'm just going to put some of this on the top. And this isn't for everyone. The way I do it is I pop it in there. It's easier with a thicker one as well. And then I sort of look up and move my... I don't know why I move my eyes. My eyes are so sensitive as well. They're really poorly. Always have been. Right, so eyebrows. I probably will whack a bit of this bit on just to give them a little bit of... I'm going out look. But I literally do just fill them in where they need to, like, I'm quite sparse there. And even a little bit does make a difference. And with this lighter colour. And I never bring it in to make that box shape. No, I like to leave these ones natural. See the difference? It's so slight, but it looks better. And then I will put another coat of mascara on. Try and take some of the product off though, otherwise, because there's already some on, it can get quite clumpy. And then for the lips, by this time my lip gloss would have been gone. So, I like to have quite matte lips, because my lips are naturally small. Sometimes if they're really glossy or dark coloured, they can look even smaller. So I do sometimes, if I want it to last, I get some clear powder. So I get my lip liner. Tiramisu. Ah, it says 1,000 kisses. I'm not going to give anybody 1,000 kisses. So I'm just going to whack this all around my lips. And I do go right on my lip line. So not, if that makes sense. Yeah, I go over top of my lip line. I don't overdraw it. I don't draw it just within it. I draw on top of it. Because my lips are small. If I tried to do any of this ridiculously overdrawn, you'd notice straight away. I mean, you've got lip contours, your lips aren't flat. So this is how I do it. And then I just get some translucent powder. Just a little bit. And pat it on. If you wanted to, you can always do that little pop-up highlight in the middle. Use your concealer. Don't go overboard with it though, which is easily done. Maybe it's just because I've got small lips it's easily done. I don't know, if I had big lips I'd probably doll a pole load on it, still wouldn't do it. I think I'm running out of memory. So, also go under my chin. And I lost a ball. And got a white floor as well. Lost another ball. Down 2 balls. Because they get clogged up in here. Anyway, I go down around here to make my neck appear slimmer as well and blend in with the rest of the bronzer. And I also like to put a little zhuzh on my forehead. Just, I don't know why, I haven't got a big forehead. Normally this is to make your forehead smaller. I just feel like it completes the look a bit better. And then that is it. That is the day to evening makeup done. I haven't got time to do hair. Hope you enjoyed my video.